Yeah, ready for tune in again, right? We're coming back again after a short break. You know, picking up on where we left off about how human beings give themselves different names like Jews, Arabs, black to try and Chinese, try and differentiate themselves from each others, you know what I mean? Well, because it's Olympic here, we have an opportunity to see how people get divided. You see, how they get human beings to be patriotic. And like I said before, patriotism is when one know love a particular part of the earth where they was born while ignoring the rest. You know what I mean? So now the system enforce these kind of negative behavior within people without the people realizing what's happening. So the Olympic game is a classic. Yeah? So what you will find out then that each country send their participant as they see it now. And when they win a medal now, a goal or, you know, they sing the anthem of that country. And then all the people of that country now become excited and become patriotic and love their country more. You know what I mean? So, but like I tell you, when they're getting you to love your country, what is happening up here mentally is that you are being compartmentalized in a little section of your mind. You understand? Through patriotism without you realizing what's happening to you. You know what I mean? You end up like if you see the American paying allegiance to a flag. Wouldn't it be better if you pay allegiance to conscience rather than a piece of material that a man made up? So, you know what I mean? So you get all these kind of idiotic behavior where people are giving people medal and they say that they achieved something, you know what I mean? Men go to war and kill many men and men give them a piece of iron and tell them that, oh, you have the iron cross, you know? Or tell their children or their loved one that they die a hero, you know? Well, they never die a hero, they die a zero. Because why would any human being, any intelligent human, we are all intelligent, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't mean that we are all operating our intelligence as it was. Because intelligence is like a computer, if you don't plug in, you can't, you know. But if you did plug in, no sane human being would go and join an army. Why? You mean you are going to let me tell you to go over there and shoot a man? Because if you don't do it, the man is going to come over here. You know what I mean? So therefore, no fit mental human being would join an army. You know what I mean? You can't. You wouldn't. So it just naturally turn out then that all those who are in armies and run armies, doing whatever they're doing in armies, making gunner, all these people are deluded and lost in the darkness. Obviously, like I tell you before, when people are lost in the darkness, they will do all manner of things, you know what I mean? They might even imagine to themselves that they can control this world, conquer it, and do anything, you know what I mean? They might even imagine that they can rule the universe. Because obviously, if you are not seeing sense, all you can see is nonsense. So two of them come together like that. You're either seeing sense or you're seeing nonsense in this dimension. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of human beings who are seeing nonsense because surely it is idiotic. I would say the reason why I say it's idiotic for a man to be patriotic now. Imagine that, say, I like to use the example of a plate, that you eat out of a plate, yeah, and you only want to wash one little bit of it, or you just love one little corner of the plate. You know what I mean? Of course, you must love the whole thing. So it's logical that one should love the whole earth rather than just your little spot, because your little spot is not separated from the earth. Like I say, if you don't believe me, go to the moon in your imagination. Human got very fertile imagination. You can use it to do anything, you know. So you can actually imagine yourself on the moon looking back at the earth, and you'll actually see that the earth is one. But when you come here now and there's 40,000 governments, you confuse the issue. You see what I mean? That is what is confusing and deluding the issue. Then you have a drink. Then you have things like political parties. Say in England here you have, as England as a typical example, more or less the same everywhere, unless you have some dictator, him alone ruling. But it's still the same thing here, but they present it to the people as if it's two. You know, so you have Labour and you have Conservative. But just imagine, this is all it is one power. I am both the Labour and Conservative. So what I do, this is Labour. I'll put me hand out with a little bit of scrap in it. So you will eat, and when it's nearly finished, you're going to start crying, going on about how I haven't done this and done that. So I just put the other hand out, you know, when you cry. You know? But it's always the same, because at the end of the day then, me and my friends go to Oxford and Cambridge and some other great institution here in England to learn. You lot don't. You know what I mean? You are pheasant or fathers. You are what we send to war to kill people. You know, we are ruling elitist people. You know what I mean? If you don't think if you think I'm lying, then just the other day I see it on the news. Mr. Cameron is a millionaire. I know he was a millionaire. Osborne is millionaire, and his other brethren, all rich dudes. They come from what you call privileged background. Now, how are they going to solve poor people who are living in the poor estate of England, who struggle, you know what I mean, who have to, because these are millionaires, for Christ's sake, you know what I mean? They live in a millionaire, live in different world, you know. But yeah, it was these same poor people who look up to these and elect them instead of telling them to do one. You know what I mean? They are electing them. No one is questioning them. Say, but brethren, you are multimillionaires. How are you going to solve the problem of poor people? Surely they can't have the problem of poor people at heart. They have what they have at heart is their big multinational friend or business friend who give them money to get into power. Like, if you help me get into power, of course I'm going to make sure you have a nice contract, you know what I mean? So this is what is going on, not only in England. Well, it's nice to study England because England give a lot of things to the world. You know what I mean? I don't know if England give democracy. They said it was the Greeks that give democracy. But right now the Greeks are in trouble. So that means that if the roots of democracy is in trouble, you know, the whole thing soon come crashing down. But this very thing that you are spreading across the world, calling it democracy, it is not democracy, it is hypocrisy. Understand? So here you have now, like I tell you, the murderous America who went over to the red man land, kill off all the red man and put him on reservation, the whole murderer, eh? And now him is the one spreading hypocrisy to the rest of the world, telling that the rest of the world that they should all join in this hypocrisy and become murderers and killers and lawbreakers against the law of the terrible and dreadful God. But like I'm telling you, if you want to follow these idiots down the darkness that they are heading, you go ahead. You know what I mean? But what I'm telling you is facts. So if you are a human being who truthfully believe in your heart that yes, democracy is a good thing, then, like I tell you, you must be a real hypocrite. Because there is no democracy, there is hypocrisy. You know what I mean? When these people are going on about the founding fathers of America as if they are some great spiritual being, some little murderers. You see what I mean? I don't know how true this is though. I think I remember this when I was a little boy. Or I hear it in the Bible. Or I hear it from some Bible story anyway. But if it's true, it's true. It says, in the end there shall be 4 great beasts on the planet. The eagle, the lion, the dragon and the bear. Well, obviously the eagle is our friend America. This is steal the image away from down Egypt. Image of the eagle there, you know. So he's now the one who is exploring space and have all his satellite, you know, demonstrating this big beast. Then you have the bear. Well, I suppose bear is somewhere about there in Russia. Yeah. So him is the big bear representing by the strength. Then you have the dragon, which is the Chinaman round here, represented. All these are straight here men, I must say. From when I say straight here, is that if you look at the humans on the planet who have the atomic power, you say European man, them are white men, then Chinese men, they are, and say Indian man. These are all straight hair people with straight hair, you know, they don't have this curly thing now. So these are the people with atomic energy, what they would call atomic bomb. You know what I mean? The curly hair man, like I say, he has no atomic bomb. You know what I mean? Actually, I do actually. Yeah. We have atomic bomb, you know, because at the end of the day, Jah is the biggest atomic bomb. And you wouldn't want God to explode around you. You know what I mean? But as it is at the moment now on the earth now, these are the people who have the power, or what they deem to be the power. You know what I mean? And they gather all over this planet. Now, what I'm saying to them in this time in 2012, that such behavior is against the law. It's only one law, you know. The law that governs this universe governs the rest of the universe. Because there is, it's like a unity, a one unity. So I'm saying that what men are doing on the earth, what have they've been doing since time immemorial, is wrong. You know, it's been wrong for a long time. You know what I mean? And people, well, we're all brothers still. But you have a set of brothers who is hell-bent on deceiving the rest of brothers. You know what I mean? A similar story like Joseph and his pretty coat. There is a story in the Bible that, how does it go again? I think it's a fella they call Jacob. He had 12 sons. Yeah? And he gave Joseph, which was his second to last son, a pretty coat. And the rest of brothers got jealous over this coat. So they decided, well, they wanted to bump him off really. Some of them. But some of them says, no, so our brother still. So they sell him into slavery. You know what I mean? Instead of... But it's so, the story goes that anyway, famine command them, and the very brother that they sell into slavery, it was him who rescued them in this slavery business. But Jacob had another son, which was Benjamin. Now no one know nothing about Benjamin. because he was the youngest. He was always with the father. You know what I mean? Being the youngest son. So he was not involved in the part where they was trying to sell or jealous about his brother because he was young. He was always with the father. You know what I mean? Now, we have a thing in Rasta. It's a part of Rasta that they call 12 tribe, or it's a biblical thing. When we deal with astrology, no, I don't know nothing about astrology. Roughly, I know in everything there's positive and negative. That's all I know. So I know that all of astrology can't be wrong anyway. So I would have to meet an astrological expert. But anyway, from what I am skimming myself roughly, let's say I am a man who was born in March. So under that system of things now, I am Benjamin. And Benjamin is the governor of the feet. You know, governor of the feet means you walk everywhere on your feet. Remember I tell you before that I don't drive. Hence the reason why I don't drive. I am governor of the feet, Benjamin himself. But you see, in that story now, Benjamin turned out to be the innocent one, you know. Not only innocent, he was always with the father when the rest grow up. So it's just kind of logical if you are with the father and the rest are growing up. The father just tell you something. You probably know things that the rest don't know. You know what I mean? Now, when I arrive here in Europe now, we don't go under that system. We go under the system of the astrological thing now. I would turn out to be a fish. Pisces. The dreamer, like they would say, you know. But Pisces is represented by two fish, like positive and negative. But there's loads of Piscean, you know, billions of Piscean. Just like the number of fishes in the sea, lots of fish in the sea, Rasta. But I am a fish that swim to a very great depth. I am not normal fish, you know. Because you have some fish you just throw a hook in and catch them easy, you know. And you eat them, you know. Well, I am a fish that swim to great depths. Just like in the ocean. If you go, if you travel, even some fish cannot travel to those depths. The pressure would kill them. You understand? But the ocean that I'm swimming in is the ocean of the mind. You see, and the depths of it, that's where I do my swimming. You see what I mean? Not only do I penetrate into the depths of the mind, but also the spirit of God. Because you know that God is very deep. So, you know, it's not like you could reach a bottom in Jah. But anyway, I've penetrated deep within the eye. That's where I get some of these things from, you know. Because you cannot get them on the shallows of life. One have to dive deep within the ocean of God. Because God is a great ocean, you know. You won't drown, you know. As long as you are truthful and honest. Plus me, I'm a fish. How could a fish be afraid of swimming? I just dive in and just zappa. You see me? So I am a fish that swim very, very, very deep. You know? I swim to the depths. You see me? Sometime when me and my son is talking, Jacob, from long time, I'm always saying to him, he's a bad boy, you know. Bad boy. I'm only joking still. I don't want you to think that I'm going to go on with any violence. But, yeah, you know, I am a bad boy soldier. We don't mince lyrics. Because any lyrics that I speak is the truth. You understand? So that means any human being, when them come up, if there was doctors, if human being was doctors, I mean, not idiotic doctors, you know, good doctors. When they examine a man like me, they say, this man is 1,000,000,000% fit. Yeah, man, that's what they would say, man. And any man on the earth any human living that come out of a woman, well, you have to come out of a woman to be living. You see what I mean? What I'm saying, any human being who know anything about wisdom or morality or whatever. Anyway, they will tell you that, yeah, what he's saying is 1 trillion billion, a whole heap of figure, big figure, correct. You know what I mean? Because I don't make mistake, me, you know. I don't deal. You see, in the mind, you can either be positive or negative. But in the spirit, there is none of this positive or negative. Just like how you see the sun just shine light. You know, just deal with light. As a Rasta, just shine light. So when me a shine light, there is none of this positive or negative or no if or buts or maybe. You know? Everything is correct 100% to any being who is living or dead, taking in the lyrics that Rasta is firing live and direct. You understand? So truth is when you know truth, like I tell you, can flow like that, you see me? It's just a matter of saying to God, well, can I borrow some wisdom, you know? Need to go on the town and fire some lyrics. So I don't have to remember anything because my head is empty. I don't have anything stored up in my head. I don't know nothing. You know, I just talk and then that's it then. You know. Talk and meditate and drink a cup of tea. But I don't have anything like scripted. You know what I mean? So when I'm going to spit through to human being, I don't spit from a script. I just rackle on and fire on and tell you when my mouth get tired, me just rest and take a break and have a drink of tea. Just like you see us here now, talking live and direct in my friend Mario's house, forever preaching the word of the Lord. So right at this moment we are going to cut and we'll see you in the next reel. Rastafari, live it.